Tea is a drink with the richest history on our earth. However, up to 80% of sales are accounted for by black tea, the most popular. Although it is worth saying that green tea has much greater benefits and value for our body. And the thing is that green tea has as many as 500 chemical elements in it. These are phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, and many others, as well as vitamins, of course. And what will happen to our body if we start drinking green tea every day? The changes will be amazing, because this drink is really healing. Watch the video to the end, and we will analyze in detail the effect of green tea. So, let's go. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell too. Do not miss my new products. So, green tea appeared in China 5,000 years ago. And since then, the Chinese have had a lot of time for research and experiments to find out how different varieties work, how to cook it better, and what effect it has. In Russia, green tea appeared only in the 17th century. So, in short, the most interesting information about green tea. Firstly, its effect is so significant that it is actively used in traditional Indian and Chinese medicine. Green tea, as I have already said, is very rich in vitamins, minerals, and contains a large amount of antioxidants. Thanks to this, it slows down our aging and improves the condition of our skin, nails, hair, and the overall condition of our body. At the same time, green tea has much more caffeine than regular black tea, about 1.5 times. And I must say that in terms of caffeine content, green tea is already quite close to coffee. This explains its invigorating effect. Yes, green tea lifts our mood and their vitality, largely due to caffeine. And in this regard, it is generally contraindicated for people with hypersensitivity to caffeine, or for those people who have high blood pressure, for whom it rises even higher from caffeine. Because caffeine is such a strange thing, and it affects everyone in different ways. In some people it increases blood pressure, in some it does not. For most people, it gives a feeling of cheerfulness, and for some it does not, and there are still 5 to 10% of people for whom caffeine, on the contrary, has a calming effect. That's interesting, of course, but that's how individual we all are. Plus, of course, green tea, again due to caffeine, has a rather noticeable diuretic effect, that is, we will want to go to the toilet more often, and we should still limit ourselves a little in the use of green tea. As I said in one of the previous videos that too much coffee is bad, the same thing with green tea. If a maximum of 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day is recommended, then with tea a maximum of 3 cups a day. And now, let's take a closer look at the effects of green tea on our body. So, green tea helps slow down our aging. We know about such neurodegenerative brain changes as, for example, Alzheimer's syndrome or Parkinson's syndrome. This is what it reaches many people unfortunately with age. Altogether, this group of diseases is called dementia, or simply put, as people say, senile senility. And in relation to all these phenomena, medical research is being conducted very actively now. For example, in the 2011 year, American scientists conducted an experiment where they wanted to find out how much green tea can make life easier for people with Alzheimer's syndrome, and it was shown that it can really alleviate their symptoms, but too high dosages are needed for this effect to be expressed. Nevertheless, there is still a positive effect. Another study showed that green tea has a very healthy effect on our cognitive abilities, and, in particular, on our memory. The ability to remember information. A number of studies show that long-term, perhaps lifelong consumption of green tea can reduce the likelihood of developing senile dementia. Also, green tea stimulates the work of our brain, it increases the concentration of a substance such as dopamine, and at the same time, reduces the concentration of a substance such as adenosine, and this substance is inhibitory for our nervous system. In this way, our brain activity rises, and we really begin to think much better, and the reaction also improves. And this is ensured by a combination of substances such as caffeine and L-theanine, because together they form a very effective synergistic bundle. And interestingly, the effect is much milder, more stable, and longer lasting than if we just took coffee. Also, to a certain extent, green tea helps weight loss. Of course, we should not have pink glasses and false expectations that we will start drinking green tea and immediately lose 20 kilograms. Losing weight is always a comprehensive approach. This is also a diet, that is, The number of calories and their quality is also important. This is physical activity. But adding green tea, especially of course without sugar, can be a good supplement to help us in this direction. So a study was conducted, in which 240 patients took part, who lost weight for 12 weeks. And those people who consumed green tea lost weight faster. This is due to the fact that green tea enhances metabolic processes in our body. Another very interesting point about green tea is a decrease in the likelihood of developing cancer in a person who drinks it regularly. For example, experts of the National Institute from the USA found out that the very polyphenols contained in green tea provide this very effect. Also, green tea is rich in antioxidants, which have also been known to help in this direction for a long time. Of course, it cannot be considered that green tea is just the same medicines and remedies for healing. No, but one of the means of prevention, as an additional useful habit, is yes. Another very interesting effect of green tea is its ability to remove bad breath. It would seem to be a purely cosmetic effect, but on the one hand, it is quite a good addition. But there is another very important point, and it's all about the catechins. These substances inhibit the reproduction of streptococcal bacteria, the very ones that actively live in our oral cavity. That is, such an antibacterial effect of green tea, you will agree, is already much more interesting than just getting rid of an unpleasant smell. This already has long-lasting consequences. So, in particular, catechins will reduce the likelihood of developing caries, because it also has a bacterial nature. Of course, it will not treat the caries that you have already had, but as a long-term prevention, this measure is most likely effective. Let's move on. The next point is the benefits for the cardiovascular system. And I must say that this is for our reality, one of the most important areas where healthy prevention is necessary. So green tea is able to improve our cholesterol profile, as well as reduce permanent microinflammation in our blood vessels. All this together will slow down the processes of atherosclerosis, that is, the appearance of cholesterol plaques on the surface of our blood vessels. A group of researchers who deal with stroke came to the conclusion that daily consumption of green tea reduces the likelihood of this ailment by 31%. So in general, green tea is an amazing product that, especially if consumed without sugar, can significantly improve the condition of your body, cheer you up, and generally allow you to enjoy its refined taste. By the way, friends, how do you drink green tea? Or maybe you prefer other drinks? Write in the comments, share your opinion, it will be interesting. And now I highly recommend you to watch my other video, where I tell you about 10 facts and myths about coffee, and what you need to know about this drink, because there are a lot of interesting and unexpected things there. The link to the video you have just appeared on the screen, as well as the link I left in the description and pinned it in the top comment. By all means look. And if you like this video, then like and subscribe to my channel, and we will make sure with you on that very video about coffee. See you later.